Welcome back, everybody, to me doing that weekly navel-gazing thing. And, yeah, I guess if I continue my current trajectory, I will actually be able to see my navel at some point again. We will see. So yeah, let's get this started and see what happened last week and what may happen this week and all this stuff, shall we? Oh yeah. Cheers. All right. It was an almost productive week last week, so we'll do the usual stuff, look at what I read, look at what videos I made, look what I plan to do this week, and maybe turn off into side rambles from time to time. We will see. So yeah, I did not read too much, actually. I finished reading the Navel-Gazing trilogy, and then I got sidetracked and started the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin, which I had read ages ago and then forgot about. And so I'm recapturing that because it's a good book, and I think I'm more able to appreciate it now, and I will probably go back and do the Inheritance. Is it Inheritance? You know, the 100,000 Kingdoms and stuff. I'll reread those as well in the future. So I did not get into Left Hand of Darkness because, once again, I got distracted. And I'm somewhere in that. And I did finish, did read some more White Rose by Glenn Cook on that whole Black Company reread. And I reread Hogfather by Terry Pratchett for the Discworld read-along. We had our read-along discussion yesterday, and so I did basically binge listen to the audiobook yesterday from start to finish, and there will be a video about it. So yeah, that's what I read, and then I got distracted. Remember what I said last week? How, like, external things can make me read stuff that I kind of forgot to read or want to reread and stuff like that? Yeah, it turns out that happens again, because, I don't know, last week I watched the Some More News video on water scarcity and water, and then this morning I saw that John Oliver did the same thing, and in my brain I was like, it's been like a while since you read The Water Knife by Paolo Bacigalupi, wasn't it? Maybe you should actually go and read that again. So there we are. I guess I'll be rereading The Water Knife by Paolo Bacigalupi, which y'all should go and read. It's a fantastic book. It's maybe not as visceral as The Wind-Up Girl, but it is certainly, I don't want to say prophetic or prescient, because when he wrote those books, that book in particular, it was certainly clear that there's a water scarcity down the Colorado River, and we already knew that. But Bacigalupi has a talent to take these like near-future issues and turn them into great, are they techno thrillers, sci-fi novels, whatever you want to call them, and you know, they're always really cool. And so I guess I'll do a quick reread of The Water Knife sometime this week. My memory, it's not too hard to read, it's not too long, and so I'll probably can slide it in at some point. The other part is, yeah, that's sort of what happened. So I downloaded it on my phone from Audible, but I have not yet started. Which brings me to videos. Yes, I made 3 videos, which I am kind of happy with. So the first one was me talking about adaptations. That was mostly inspired by getting up and watching Iskar Jarak on Dr. Philip Chase's Dear Dr. Fantasy and talk about, you know, Malazan adaptation. Then at some point I was like, fuck it, I need to be angry about the whole adaptation thing. And I'm so very happy with that video. That's certainly something that I think I did fairly well with. And then I obviously did a video on that Navel-Gazing trilogy, which I do recommend everyone should read. And I completely forgot to talk about the drugs in that video, which is interesting because drugs are like the biggest thing in those 3 books, because the main character takes a shit ton of drugs. That makes like Case in Neuromancer look like an absolute like abstinence guy. It's insane. Anyway, I realized that once the video was done, I'm like, shit, I will not re-record that. It's okay. And then I did a video on anti-heroes. It's been something that I've sort of toyed with in my brain for a long time, and then I thought to, you know, overdo it and do like research and make an elaborate case on what I think about the anti-hero there. And Then on Saturday I was like, nah, fuck it, I'll just record it the way I feel it, and that's what I did, and it's up since yesterday, and gave John the chance to actually give me a chance to wear that wonderful Scarlett O'Hara dress, which I'm very thankful for. I mean, so yeah, I think it's an important video for me. I hope the point that I'm trying to make there is a valid point. We will see. It's chugging along, and we'll see where things are going. So yeah, that's sort of what happened last week. But what's going to happen this week, and how are things going to go this week? Well, as I said, I'm currently reading the 5th season, and I'll slide in at some point, slip in that Water Knife by Paolo Bacigalupi, and I'll have to actually face up and read Finnegan's Wake by James Joyce this week. That's going to be a lot of fun, I hope. And I think for once I'm actually happy that I'm listening to the audiobook there, because if you've ever tried Finnegan's Wake, you know that Joyce plays around a lot with is called onomatopoeia, which means trying to recreate noises through letters and words, and he does a shit ton of that, and it makes it pretty brutal to read if you're looking at the text. But that narrator has already done the heavy lifting for me, so he's making the weird waterfall noises, not me in my head. So I'm probably having it easier than people trying to just read the thing as text. We will see. It's still gonna be a mindfuck, and I'm not sure if I'll make a video on it afterwards, because I'm not sure if it merits that, or if I have enough background to actually say something meaningful about it. You know what I mean? It's like, why would I talk about it if I just read the whole thing, didn't understand anything, and all I can do is go, yeah, it's a mindfuck. That's not a valuable video, I guess. But there will be videos, I guess, beyond that. That's sort of what I'll read this week. I don't think there will be more reading this week. It sounds like that's already a lot. 5th season. If I get through 5th season this week, I will probably just jump into Obelisk Gate afterwards, I guess. And the Water Knife, and we will see where these things are going. Maybe something will come up and I'll change my mind, but who knows. So what kind of videos am I planning this week? Well, of course, I'll talk about Discworld tomorrow. That's sort of the idea. Either today or tomorrow I'll record the video, but it'll be up tomorrow, I guess. That is Hogfather, book 20 in the Discworld publication order. And yeah, I guess that'll be fun. If y'all want to join that Discworld discussion, read along, whatever thing, you can totally do that. And next up is Jingo, which is book 21, and we'll talk about it on the 10th of July. So you're more than welcome to join and talk along, and we will see. So yeah, I'll talk about Hogfather in a video. I know that already. Then I said that I will do that mid-year book freakout tag thing. And I said I'll do that on my birthday, so that's Wednesday, I guess. So I'll try to do that tag thing on Wednesday. We'll see how it goes. It's 25 questions. I have to sort of know them by heart, so I can actually do the whole thing, which will tax my brain no end. And there's questions in there that I can't answer, but we will see. So that's sort of my plan for Wednesday, and then we'll see if I have ideas for more videos. I do have ideas for videos, but it's the usual. I need to think about things. I guess I might want to go and do that whole thing of revisiting the idea that I started out in that Brandon Sanderson video on the way we focus more and more on the personalities of writers, of authors, and how that has impacted the way we talk about books and we think about books and the way these things interact. I do think there's more in there than what I did back in whenever that was, February, March, I guess, something like that. I do think there's more in there But I need to figure out how to do that, whether it'll be like several bits and pieces that I actually edit together, which will be hard to do, or if I can, just like structure my arguments in a way that I can just like sit down and ramble down the whole thing in like, I don't know, 25, 30 minutes. We will see. I am unsure, but it kind of relies on me having that moment of inspiration and going, yes, now I know how I want to do this, and then I can sit down and record the whole thing. We will see, but that's certainly something I plan to revisit. And there's another one that I want to look at, and that is how BookTube, or especially Fantasy BookTube, has kind of changed over the last 2 years, and how that is not without its pitfalls, I guess. And I do feel there is reason to talk about that, but I also need to find a way to make that argument in a proper way, because, it's BookTube, Fantasy BookTube is still super small, and I go and say, this is wrong, and this is wrong, and this is a problem. I always fear that I might just piss off a lot of people that I'd rather not piss off, because, I don't want to be rude. I see a problem, but I don't think anyone in particular is to blame for that, and I need to make sure that that comes across while still, making the point where I think we're having a problem. So that's something that I want to talk about, and I think I want to do that after going back on that personality cult, because the BookTube thing will probably build a little on that, as a little spoiler of where my thoughts are on that whole area. We will see. It's something that is still bubbling away at the back of my mind, and maybe it'll be this week, maybe it'll be next week, depending on how things go. There's still other things that I want to go towards, around that whole anti-hero theme. There's more to be talked about there, the idea of morally gray characters, or the lack thereof, and I do have an idea there, and I do have a probable video title, but it's not yet come together in my mind, so I need to keep that on the back burner some more, I guess. Also, I don't want to be that channel that just does like grimdark bashing, because I feel that's not what I want to do, because on the one hand I do appreciate a lot of these authors and a lot of these books. I just have some issues with some of the discourse around it, where I think it's important to sort of, put the record straight, or whatever phrase you want to use there. I think there's room for additional perspectives there that I guess I need to figure out how to do, and how to make it actually make sense is sort of my point there. And in between that, I'll probably go back and talk about individual books if I feel like it. Maybe not Finnegan's Wake, but maybe there's enough room to talk about the entire Broken Earth trilogy. That might be a good idea. We will see how that feels, and beyond. So that's certainly something that I'm sort of looking at for videos. But as I said, definitely the book tag thing, and definitely the Discworld video will come this week, and maybe more. We will see. Beyond that, I am actually working on that whole gym thing that I mentioned before. I managed to go to the gym like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday last week, and I went back this Monday, so today, this morning, and hopefully I'll go back on Wednesday and Friday and build up some sort of routine that I can actually stick to for a while to lose some weight, because I really need to do that. I mean, I haven't checked my weight, but I know it's dire. So we will see how that goes in the next couple of weeks. I mean, it's not exactly something I feel I need to update you on. I'm not going on like a weight loss journey and turn the channel into like a fitness channel. That's not going to happen. But yeah, so I'm happy with that, and I hope it'll give me some more structure in my life in general, and help with all kinds of other things that really need change and really need to happen soon. So I hope that's like one positive step. We will see. We will see. And beyond that, yes, it's my birthday this week, and I jokingly set myself the goal of reaching 800 subscribers by my birthday, which means as of recording, I lack 2 subscribers, which would be 1 per day to reach that goal. We will see if that happens, but I'm usually careful with these things because while obviously, I mean, I'm not doing this for money because there's no money in it, but, you know, numbers are hard to ignore. And there's like a psychological part to that makes like, numbers are sort of important. They feed into all kinds of subconscious bits and pieces. And like setting these goals always runs the risk of failing, and then I'll probably feel like shit. And so I'm trying to not do things like that. And it's like a low-key set that goal. We will see if it works out or not, but it's certainly one of those things where I'm always careful because I don't want to feel like shit because I didn't have like 2 new subscribers, which is, you know, who cares? Literally. No one, but, you know, I will in that situation just because I put it on the table in the first place. So we will see how that works, and I guess I'll do the usual thing on not on my birthday directly, but on the weekend, which is meet with some friends and take a lot of alcohol up in our castle gardens and listen to heavy metal until someone calls the cops, which is what usually happens at some point. We will see how that goes. So that will probably or possibly impact my productivity on, say, Saturday and Sunday, because I don't expect to be fully functional on Sunday after that thing, I guess. And beyond that, I have no real plans, right? I'm still in this weird limbo where I'm like, should I do more like individual book discussions? Should I do more like general things like the stuff when I talk about anti-heroes, or what are they called, grimdark and stuff like that? Should I go more into that direction? It's sort of like difficult to decide. And I feel, and this is super funny, right? I feel that with stuff like the anti-hero video from yesterday and things like that, I'm getting more and more overtly political. Not that I'm, you know, I've never been unpolitical, because that's something that does not exist. But I feel the more like overtly political I get in the things that I'm saying and doing in these videos, the more I'm running the risk to have like political arguments in like comments and stuff, and that will take like mental energy. So I'm like, am I currently in the shape to do that? Also, is that where I want to go with this? Is this going to be like all like left-wing analysis of fantasy books in the future? Am I going to go there or not? It's like something that I'm not quite sure. I mean, it's obviously always been there because that's the kind of person I am, but do I want to be explicit about it, or do I want to stay in that weird nowhere field that I'm in currently? And I feel, I don't know. As I said, I'm rambling right now. I have no idea where this will be going in the future. We will see. After all, I'm getting old. Anyway, that's sort of things happening this week, things happening last week. I'll just go and read some Finnegan's Wake before, like, Thursday, because that's what I definitely have to do, and it's a long book, and I don't think I can stand more than, like, 100 pages at a go, because that shit's crazy, man. That's not exactly easy reading. Anyway, let me know how your weeks were, and what you're planning to do this week, what you're going to do, what you're going to read, that kind of stuff. I'd love to hear that, and I hope you're having a great week, and I'll see you very soon. Cheers.